A potential client asked me if I could summarize for him the crux of the work I do when I'm working with dads and helping them stay connected to their kids, and I offered him this. This work is about speaking truthfully, with as much care as possible, and teaching your kids to do the same, to be able to speak their truth with as much care as possible. So what does that look like in practice, to express yourself with care? I think what we're talking about here is learning to express ourselves even when we're unhappy, without blame, without judgment, and without accusations. Because once we start blaming and judging and accusing, I think that care is basically out the window. Let me give you an example. Let's pretend I'm annoyed because my kid didn't do his chores. So I'm going to speak what's true for me, first without care, and then with as much care as possible. I could say something like this. Why didn't you get your chores done when you said you would? You really let me down. Get downstairs and finish them now. Now in this case, there's a real feeling of judging and blaming. I'm making my kid wrong and trying to make him feel bad about whatever choices he made. Now with care, I might say something like this. I'm overwhelmed by how much work there is around the house. So I was hoping for some teamwork to help get it all done. Would you be willing to pitch in? Now the differences here are not subtle or unimportant. They're vital. Because once we start blaming and accusing, the other person doesn't feel care. They feel like they need to defend themselves. And disconnection is what you end up with. Now, in this example, it's true. I'm expressing my displeasure with something that did or didn't happen, and that I'd like to see a different choice made by the other person, but I did it with care, not with finger pointing. Now this, like all my work, is about creating connection, doing the things and saying the things that create connection, and learning to stop doing the things that create disconnection. Because with our kids, disconnection is never a good strategy. Today, hopefully I've given you a taste of what it's like to speak with care instead of blame, and how it is possible to express displeasure or frustration or disappointment and still stay connected to your kids.